This episode of Off The Script is brought to you by the Battle for Wall Street. Battle for Wall Street will take users on an unpredictable adventure as they try their luck at becoming the next Titan of Wall Street. A life simulation game, players will start their own virtual firm, which requires everything from constructing the trading floors and purchasing the coffee to hiring and managing the day traders. If you guys are interested in downloading, it is now available for your Android and Apple devices through Google Play and iTunes. Once again, that is the Battle for Wall Street, available now on your Android and Apple devices. What is going on, guys? JD from New York here, and this is WWE Off The Script, episode number 81, part number 3, to close out what I hope was a great weekend for each and every one of you guys, man. Thank you so much for spending your Sunday morning with me right here on the number one fucking source for everything WWE, right here on YouTube.com, man. A lot of news to go over, a lot of news that I think you guys are going to be particularly interested in, man. Now, I was at work all day, and there's one story that's been making the rounds today. Another foolish maneuver by WWE.com, and they probably leaked one of the few surprises that actually generates any interest on WWE television, man. Everybody asking, who is going to be the third man for Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose in their war against Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, and Braun Strowman, man? Who is going to be that third man? Now, if you guys reference back, and I know some of you who listen to every single word that I say, man, I know I mentioned his name a few times, and we're going to get into it in just a little bit, man. Who is it? Who's the leaked name? We're going to find out in just a couple of seconds, guys. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Facebook. Follow JD all over social media. Keep up to date on this channel whenever I upload a video. If you guys want to talk WWE or find out what I'm thinking about the video game side of things, man, Twitter is the place to be, at JD from NY206. If you guys are not subscribed to this channel, I honestly do not know what the fuck you waiting for, man. Seriously, hit that subscribe button, because like I always say, this is the number one source on YouTube.com for all WWE. Now, let's get into the news, guys. Quickly, I want to go over, first of all, John Cena is not hurt, okay? You guys are asking me about John Cena as well. I know Sean's View Entertainment did a few videos on John Cena being injured at a house show against Kevin Owens. John Cena is okay, according to Dave Meltzer, okay? Now, the report before Dave Meltzer came out today and stated that John Cena was okay, there was worry in WWE. Some people thought that he might not make it to Night of Champions. There was actually a fan report that was sent to WrestlingInc.com that Cena was potentially injured during a live event Friday in a match against Kevin Owens in Hampton, Virginia. It was noted that Cena had trouble with either his nose or neck, with the official calling the bout holding up the dreaded X symbol. Considering Cena's recently broke nose, courtesy of a knee to the face from Rollins during Monday Night Raw, it's safe to assume that it was another issue with his nose, man. Then Dave Meltzer today, this afternoon, said that John Cena, according to his reports, is okay and should be okay. WWE does want John Cena to tone down what he's been doing in the ring. They want him to slow things down just a little bit, because WWE tends to think that John Cena is overworking himself. You know, they wanted him to take the proper amount of time off for his nose. He didn't want any of that. He came back at SummerSlam. WWE just wants him to slow things down a bit, make sure that he's okay, make sure that he's 100% healthy, and they want him to be at Night of Champions because he is going to be challenging Seth Rollins for the WWE United States Championship in just a few weeks. But according to Dave Meltzer, I just wanted to throw that out there and get this story out of the way, John Cena, according to Dave Meltzer, is okay. So enough of John Cena being injured. He's not going to be on the DL. He's not going to miss any amount of time. He will be at Night of Champions going one-on-one against Seth Rollins. Now, the main story, guys. WWE wants to surprise us any chance that they get, and I love surprises, man. It makes me more genuinely interested in a certain program or a certain group when something like this arises. Now, the main thing on WWE television, to me, the most intriguing thing on WWE television right now that's got my interest is who Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose is going to get to go battle the Wyatt family, man. It's going to be the Shield and the Wyatt family, 3-on-3. It's been announced for Night of Champions. It's going to be another 6-man tag, okay, between these fucking these two colossal teams, man. They're trying to relive the glory days of when the Shield was together and when the Wyatt family was together, and they were doing battle, man. I'll never forget that one match that they had at the Elimination Chamber a few years back, man. What an unbelievable fucking war. What a match that was, man. And now, being that these two teams, or these two units, these two factions are crossing paths yet again, now Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose are short one man because Bray Wyatt introduced Braun Strowman on WWE television following SummerSlam, okay? When WWE wants to surprise the masses, it seems WWE fans already kind of know what is planned before it goes down. And I know I mentioned this guy's name that I'm about to get to in just a few minutes. However, at times there is no reveal given, and WWE does a fantastic job at keeping the secret. Usually, news websites tend to find things out before they are supposed to due to leaks from within WWE. However, one thing that seems to never happen is WWE giving away the secret themselves. Sadly, this is the case on Saturday afternoon. As we are all aware, Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose find themselves involved in a bit of a gang warfare against the Wyatt family. Bray Wyatt brought his black sheep into the flock to help him get ahead of the former Shield brethren. Braun Strowman is a huge man who is by no means an easy man to beat. The Wyatt family are now 3 men deep, where Ambrose and Reigns still need that third man. It was said recently that WWE would probably bring in Eric Rowan to team with Ambrose and Reigns. All right. Then it was announced that Ambrose and Reigns would debut this mystery third man at Night of Champions. Everybody was throwing Eric Rowan's name around, man. I'll get to that in a second. We are all wondering who the third man could possibly be. Would it be Eric Rowan, who was once a Wyatt family member but is now on the outside looking in? What about Seth Rollins to recreate the Shield for one night only? Neither man seemed just right, especially when WWE could bring up someone from NXT. It looks like they plan to do just that, and we know this because the WWE website basically gave the news away. Alright, WWE accidentally revealed the third man on the team when putting up a graphic for the match on WWE.com. It was corrected, which is why the picture has been taken down from the website. It appears that WWE NXT star Baron Corbin will be the third man in the group that will hopefully even the odds against the Wyatt family at Night of Champions. The move makes some sense, yet doesn't all at the same time for the group. He is a big guy, which will help his team when taking on a team full of big men. The problem is that Corbin has been playing a heel role on WWE NXT television that he pretty much just began last month. He has a match with 3 men who are experienced or simply too massive to really take down that easily. Alright, so, a lot of things are going around the internet in regards to this news. He has he's been taking down indie stars and even lost to Samoa Joe at the last NXT TakeOver Brooklyn event, alright? So if Corbin cannot beat random people like Samoa Joe in a one-on-one match, how is he going to fare going against a Bray Wyatt, a Braun Strowman, a Luke Harper? How is he going to handle himself? And storyline-wise, how is it going to come across on TV if Baron Corbin is losing to Samoa Joe, but he can't handle Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman, collectively the Wyatt family? That's a question all of us have to be asking. The idea has merit. The idea of Baron Corbin coming in is a solid idea. Corbin is a big man who will help the former Shield members take on the Wyatt family. However, Corbin is really not much larger than Roman Reigns. Ideally, if Reigns cannot take down Strowman on his own, how does it make any sense to think that Baron Corbin will do so? Right now, the person who made this error on WWE.com is probably in hot water with WWE management. WWE very well might even change the third member to someone else just so that they can still keep the mystery alive. In fact, WWE may go ahead and have Corbin appear on Monday Night Raw this Monday since the cat is already out of the bag. All right, we're going to have to wait and see what happens on Monday Night Raw and what WWE decides to do to take this to Night of Champions now that the secret is out. So Baron Corbin leaked today, Saturday. You guys are going to be watching this on Sunday. Baron Corbin leaked on Saturday afternoon on WWE.com in a graphic that highlights the now announced six-man tag with Baron Corbin as the mystery third man for Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, man. I knew it could have been Corbin. I knew Corbin would be a great fit. I knew Corbin had the look to fit in with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. But two very, very important questions that I brought to everyone listening attention. Okay? Baron Corbin, not that much bigger than Roman Reigns. Baron Corbin, a lot smaller than a man, the size of Braun Strowman. Inexperienced compared to someone like Bray Wyatt, even Luke Harper. He's going in a one-on-one match against Samoa Joe, and he's losing to Samoa Joe on WWE NXT television, man. How is that going to translate to Monday Night Raw, being in the big leagues with guys like the Wyatt family? Again, number two, if Roman Reigns is big and powerful and strong and Superman, and he is being tossed around by Braun Strowman, what makes anybody believe that Baron Corbin is going to be that difference maker when Baron Corbin, compared to Roman Reigns, is a little bit smaller, pretty much the same size as a Roman Reigns, man? How is Baron Corbin going to be that equalizer to the Wyatt family, man, and get the Shield back on even playing ground with Harper, Strowman, and Bray Wyatt? Now, the other member or the other guy that I had in mind for this could be Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe has ties with the Samoan background just like Roman Reigns does. Why not have Samoa Joe debut on WWE television, man? He's long overdue. WWE, I'm sure, would have a great time with Samoa Joe on television, especially in this feud. Samoa Joe, being the size that he is and fucking experienced as he is, would be the absolute perfect equalizer to the Wyatt family to help the Shield get a step ahead in this feud, man. Baron Corbin is still green. He's still rather inexperienced. I think Samoa Joe, even though Baron Corbin was my top pick because he's got the look and everything to fit alongside Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, I think Samoa Joe would probably fit best here. A lot of you guys were saying Eric Rowan. Eric Rowan is such a horrible fucking thought for this feud, all because he was replaced by the Black Sheep, Braun Strowman. Fuck that, man. Eric Rowan was the weak link of the Wyatt family ever since the Wyatt family was put together, okay? Eric Rowan coming back is not going to generate any interest. It's not going to generate any excitement. People want something new. They want something fresh, and they want something that they can sink their teeth into, and NXT and bringing someone up from NXT is exactly what people want, man. Some reports I seen even said that Finn Balor might be a great choice to fill in for this match, this six-man tag, to tag against the Wyatt family and go one-on-one with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, man, and be the third man. I don't like that idea either. I really don't. I think Baron Corbin or Samoa Joe are the best two logical choices right now. Out of those two, I'd say Samoa Joe probably is the number one choice. But according to WWE.com, they posted something up. They immediately took it down. Will we see Baron Corbin on Monday Night Raw? How is WWE going to go ahead with this? Are they going to stick to their guns, or are they going to just flip everything on us and pretend like nothing ever happened? Monday Night Raw is going to be interesting. That is the leaked news. I'm surprised nobody else is reporting this on YouTube.com. And Baron Corbin leaked on WWE.com in a graphic highlighting the six-man tag for Night of Champions to team with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose to go against Strowman, Wyatt, and Luke Harper, man. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know what you guys think about either Corbin or Samoa Joe being tag team partners with Roman Reigns or Dean Ambrose at Night of Champions. All right. Leva Blue Pants Bates, a.k.a. Blue Pants down in NXT. She has become a cult hero of sorts in NXT, which was never more obvious than during her appearance alongside the Vaudevillains at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. Unfortunately, several other female performers currently working for the brand are not a fan of the treatment she's been receiving and the luxuries she has been afforded. According to a recent report by the Wrestling Observer newsletter, subscription required, guys, if you guys want to get the inside scoop from Dave Meltzer himself. Bates has a ton of heat on her backstage, which doesn't, necessarily mean that she deserves any of it coming her way. According to one person in the company, Blue Pants has a lot of heat, and none of it is her own doing. There is resentment in the locker room that she was flown out to Brooklyn, put in an angle with the tag team champs and Alexa Bliss that every woman on the roster would have wanted, that she has and sells her own merchandise and doesn't have to split the cut, isn't under contract, so she's not at the Performance Center going through all the daily training, and she can do indies, and her rate has increased, so everybody in the back believes that she's making more money than they are and being pushed more and getting over. But Triple H in NXT, totally unlike the main roster, goes with people who get over to the Full Sail crowd. And to be fair, as shown in Brooklyn, San Jose, Philadelphia, etc., that unlike the day after WrestleMania crowd, whose reactions are forgotten the next week on Raw, the Full Sail crowd leads the NXT crowd when it comes to reactions and getting people over wherever they go, man. So Blue Pants has a lot of heat on her simply because everyone else is fucking jealous that she's making more money, she's selling merchandise without WWE's consent and making all the cut on it, you know. She's making more money than everybody else on the roster. She's in a position right now that every other woman would kill to be in, you know, a major program with the Vaudevillains, and then you got Blake and Murphy there, the tag team championships down at NXT being decided. She's in the middle of that, feuding with Alexa Bliss. Listen, if you're not going to get over, then you're not going to get over. Blue Pants is over, man. Trust me, it's crazy to see when she comes out on Monday Night Raw. She comes out on Monday Night Raw, not Monday Night Raw, NXT. I wish she was on Monday Night Raw, man. The women's division would be a lot better if we had women like Blue Pants on the main roster, man. Great wrestler. She gets over with the NXT crowd, and that's every single time she's out there, man. People chanting Blue Pants. You know, the name may be silly, but it works. And people are jealous because she took something that's so, I wouldn't say it's unique. It's more like it's silly. You know, you come out there and call yourself Blue Pants, yet she's getting over, man. She's doing something right if she's getting over. I wouldn't mind that if I was Blue Pants. Listen, you take that and you work harder, man. Shut everybody up in the locker room and you show everybody in the locker room why you belong where you are right now, man. And the ceiling can only be raised from there, man. Blue Pants is a great addition to NXT. I enjoy her work. I wish her the best of luck and all the success in the world down at NXT. And it's just jealousy, man. It happens everywhere. One person is jealous of another because they don't have what that other person has at the moment. So just work your ass off and you'll get where you need to go. And hopefully someone will see that, man. Just continue to work hard. Blue Pants, whatever the case may be, continue to do what you do and show everyone in the back that you belong exactly where WWE's got you right now. It's safe to say that the run of Primo and Epico of Los Matadores has been mediocre at best, man. It's been fucking awful, to be honest with you. Repackaged as Diego and Fernando, the team of Los Matadores has failed to leave a positive impression on WWE's tag team division, being perceived as more of a comedy act with the inclusion of El Torito by their side. According to the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, WWE officials are considering repackaging the duo once again, although what their potential plans would be remains to be seen. That's the absolute best news you could give these guys, man. Repackage them. The Los Matadores act is fucking stale. It's fucking terrible. It's not getting over. There's nothing special about it. Their theme music sucks. I don't want to see El Torito no more. Repackage them as something new. It can only be good for them and the tag team division, man. So WWE right now thinking about repackaging Epico and Primo, Los Matadores, man, or Diego and Fernando. of Los Matadores. Listen to this, guys. This is going to be fucking very, very interesting. The next big Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast may just be around the corner for subscribers on the WWE Network. According to the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, the Vigilante Sting is expected to appear on the Hall of Famers show at some point in October. Past guests on the podcast, which I've aired on the WWE Network, include Vince McMahon, Triple H, Paige, and Paul Heyman. Hulk Hogan was originally supposed to appear, but it was eventually yanked after racist and homophobic comments of his were leaked to the public, forcing World Wrestling Entertainment to cut all ties with the immortal Hulkster. The next podcast will air on September 7th, following Monday Night Raw, when 7-time WWE Tag Team Champions Edge and Christian join Austin. Sting is currently scheduled to challenge Seth Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at the Night of Champions pay-per-view on September 20th in Houston, Texas. Austin has been in the past over how he feels Sting should have gone over in his WrestleMania 31 match with WWE COO Triple H, so it will be interesting to see if the Texas Rattlesnake brings up that scenario once again on the podcast. Austin has been open in the past over how he feels Sting should have gone over in WrestleMania's 31 match against Triple H. So that's going to be fucking interesting, man. That's going to be a great plug for the network and to get subscribers over, man. And there's not many podcasts where you're going to see Steve Borden, a.k.a. Sting, especially with Steve Austin, man. It's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime thing. It's going to be a great podcast. They're going to talk about a lot. Maybe they'll bring up the desire to fight The Undertaker. And, you know, I know Sting wants Jim Ross to call his last and final match wherever that match takes place. Maybe they bring all that up. It's going to be a very, very interesting interview, man. So I can't wait to see what happens on the Stone Cold podcast with Sting. And he is looking like he will be on the podcast at some point in October for WWE Network subscribers. Listen to this, guys. Brock Lesnar. We all know Brock Lesnar is the beast incarnate. And we all thought that he would be going one-on-one against Bo Dallas during the WWE Network special that will air live on the network from Madison Square Garden on October 3rd. This would stem off their interaction during the opening segment of Monday Night Raw the night after SummerSlam, with Lesnar laying out Bo Dallas with an F5. That story was later proven false, with Lesnar's real opponent now officially confirmed via the MSG's webpage. In a match that the WWE Universe has seen several times before, the former WWE World Heavyweight Champion will do battle with It's the Big Slow. Yes. 7 foot, 500-pound Big Slow. Big Show, Big Faggot, whatever you want to call him. Big Show versus Brock Lesnar at MSG on October 3rd, live on the WWE Network. Fuck that. Lesnar, I hope destroys him in fucking 30 seconds, man. These two behemoths last squared off at the WWE Royal Rumble in 2014, with Lesnar picking up a victory in a little over 2 minutes. I hope it's the same fucking outcome on October 3rd, man. Everybody would have loved to seen Bo Dallas go against Brock Lesnar, but WWE apparently wants to go with Big Show. For what reason, I don't know, man. The only man in WWE that's given fucking grade A opponents and title shots, and he doesn't do a goddamn fucking thing. What has he done to deserve to be in the same ring as Brock Lesnar? Please, someone explain to me. But the Big Show going one-on-one with Brock Lesnar on October 3rd. If you guys are wondering who Brock Lesnar is being advertised to go up against, it is the Big Show, man. The feeling right now is that Rey Mysterio and Alberto Del Rio is that they aren't necessarily looking to return to the WWE, and if they did, they would only work a part-time schedule because they are doing very well now, being able to pick and choose when they work as opposed to the never-ending WWE schedule. I think it might be in WWE's best interest to bring both of them back, even with a reduced schedule. Mysterio draws a lot of Hispanic viewers on SmackDown several years ago, and Alberto Del Rio is the closest thing they've had to a true Hispanic star after Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. That's important to them, especially when they want to tour Latin American countries. Mysterio is scheduled for an evening with Rey Mysterio in the United Kingdom on October 26th and October 28th. Alberto works shows in Austria and Slovakia this week. Man, listen, I wouldn't be opposed to these two guys coming back and working a light schedule. Do I want to see them full-time on WWE television? Probably not. they're making money. I don't think it's best for business in their eyes to return to WWE full-time. Obviously, if these two guys are going to come back, it's going to have to do something with that Hispanic viewership, that Latin American feel. When WWE tours Latin American countries, they want that one polarizing star that's going to, bring in the audiences down there. Rey Mysterio and Alberto Del Rio will certainly provide that. But do I want to see them on television each and every week? Probably not, man. I'm not a big fan of both Mysterio and Del Rio, but they will certainly add to WWE television in certain spots, in certain scenarios. You don't want to overdo it. Mysterio and Del Rio, I would be happy to have on WWE television, but in a very, very light schedule. And for them as well, they're making a lot of money doing what they're doing, selling merch. Why would they want to come back to WWE and work that rigorous schedule? That's fucking just absolutely retarded to do that, man. So Mysterio and Del Rio right now, the idea is there for them to come back to WWE, but necessarily right now, not looking to return, even though it's been talked about all week, especially with Rey Mysterio. And finally, guys, those hoping to see former WWE superstar CM Punk make his debut for the Ultimate Fighting Championship at some point in 2015 will have to wait just a little bit longer. It seems at UFC's Go Big launch event on Friday, several main and co-main events were hyped for the remainder of the year with the former WWE Champion nowhere to be found. It's expected that cards for the final shows of 2015 have all but been confirmed and finalized, with no mention of Punk. It's unlikely he'll be added at the last second. During UFC's International Fight Week this summer, Punk mentioned how he was shooting to fight at some point in December, although he'd prepare himself to compete tomorrow if the opportunity to step inside the octagon was made available to him. I say this all the time. I'd love to fight tomorrow, Punk said, according to UFC.com, but I want to be as prepared as I possibly can be, and I will be. I'm still shooting for December. It might be January. I am not sure right now, but I'll be ready when I have to fight. Two of the biggest fights of the year will close 2015 as Ronda Rousey defends her women's bantamweight title against Holly Holm on November 15th in Australia, while UFC featherweight title unification championship, a match between Jose Aldo and Conor McGregor will headline UFC 194 at the MGM Grand Garden Arena on December 12th, man. So CM Punk, he is ready to go. If not, I keep saying WWE, man. I wish he was back in WWE. UFC, if UFC gives him the opportunity to fight tomorrow, Punk said he will gladly step in the octagon and go toe-to-toe with anybody, man. But Punk wants to be ready. He's looking towards December, but my honest opinion on CM Punk is that Punk won't make his UFC debut I can't speak today, man. At least until 2016, and I believe it's going to happen anywhere between January and April. That's the window I'm giving CM Punk, man. A lot of training goes into this. I'm sure he's a perfectionist. He wants this to be right. He wants to be as prepared as he can be. I'm saying January through August, not August, April, is that when we'll see CM Punk back in the UFC and going toe-to-toe in his first match, his debut match on pay-per-view, which will be fucking astronomical. It's going to do big numbers. It's going to do huge numbers for UFC. UFC and Dana White are going to make a lot of money with CM Punk, guys. Thank you very much for watching Off the Script. Very difficult episode for me to get through, man. I'm fucking absolutely exhausted. When I do part 1 and part 2, I usually do them back to back. I got a lot of energy. I usually have one of those days off. But when Sunday comes around, I tend to do it after work. And it's just fucking work is killing me, man. I'm fucking thoroughly exhausted. If you guys can fucking feel how I'm feeling right now, I'm fucking just absolutely dead, man. I'm going to fucking lay on my couch, drink a beer, and fucking just pass out. But I hope you guys enjoyed Off the Script this weekend. Thank you so much for all the continued love and support, man. I'm very pleased with the growth of this channel. If you guys are not subscribed here, please hit that subscribe button. #1 source right here on YouTube.com for everything WWE. Please check out my sponsors, WrestleCrate.com, for the best monthly subscription service that you can get delivered to your front door, man. On Twitter as well, at WrestleCrates, and like I said, www.WrestleCrate.com. The boys over at CSR, Chairshot Reality, Justin LaBar, Brian Gulish, and Josh Eisenberg, man. Go check those guys out on WrestleZone.com. Joe Cronin, go check him out as well on YouTube.com. Buy a fucking t-shirt for Off the Script, www.ProWrestlingTees.com/WWE Off the Script. And if you guys want to donate to the show, I'll leave a donate link right down in the description if you guys really enjoy Off The Script, you can donate right to the show, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back. Not sure I'll be back with a Monday Night Raw review, but I'll be back for Friday, as always, with Off The Script number 82, guys. Thank you so much for joining me this weekend. Until then, this is JD, and I'll see you guys next week, man. Thank you for watching.